let your children watch this. It will hear the four-thing shitless. I need attention constantly. There was faith and various and being flash. I'm coming up something good. I wanna be that. I even told it to work. I had a beat. My whole career is to run, who never gives. Instead of looking to run, they use a guilty. All of the stuff I do, it was the same. Like making me hook to me, exploiting the game. I think I left it to the human race. Now I'm considering shit all over my face. I try way too hard to be seen as artistic, but it just makes me seem like a pathetic narcissist. One second I'm a woman, suddenly I am born. You have no freaking idea how many drugs I am on. A lot. I am the devil's son, nothing will tempt me. She'd rather just look it up and it shows her dick. I'm so conceited and wrong, I need my own shit. Then I was just doing wrong, nothing got gossip. Everyone clap for me, yes I can see. Now you're an other now, I am a sandwich. My God, you're amazing, a true genius. And nothing shocking you do is only pointless. Yes, it's working. I'm transforming into a true big monster. Soon I will rule all the earth. Hey, look, is it that Madonna? The guy is just a fan. Hold your applause. He's just trying to be the new version of me. Clearly, I am the first that didn't work. Now it's time to end the tour. But then I made it to death. Don't be guilty. Just kidding, don't get your rest. Sing for me. Don't listen to Madonna. Keep on clapping. Actually, we've had enough. You're getting boring. The whole was sick of you. Take your headline. Your last name was repeated only 4 times. Sorry, I got you through. No, this can't be. Please, I am begging on you. Do not ignore me. Oh no, what's happening? Well, that makes sense.
Hey guys, sorry if that was a little loud. I actually was not using, as you guys know, I usually am using this speaker. The speaker is actually not plugged in because I got this new one from where I work and it works wonders because this actually, I can move and I can pretty much plug it in and it works anywhere. I can just unplug it, take it into a room that I want to shoot a video in, and boom, it works. And the other one, I had to wait like a full day for it to like get used to the router or whatever it's plugged in. So yeah, and as you guys see, there's a new plugin. This is actually plugging in my new speaker. It's fucking amazing. I love it. And as you guys know, yesterday was the last day of Back to School, the Austin Mahone and Justin Bieber story. I'm very sad, but I'm also excited because today is actually the very first day of the another book that I have been interested in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should read this. Oh wait, I don't know. And literally, I was going to read this book anyway, but I literally was reading the spin-off of the story, before. But I'm not sure how long these chapters are, so these might be cut into 3 parts. I'm not sure. But, if you guys want to read the story, it is in the link in the description box. It's the last link, as usual. And also, the person who made this is, I don't want to, say the name wrong. So I need to find it, and hold on, let me just get the story info so I can kinda, like, tell you guys what's gonna be going on in the story. Just let me get back. Okay, so, come on. My phone's being really shitty today, I'm sorry. And if my phone doesn't freeze on me, we might be actually... Oh, here we go. Okay. This book is made by Scene Kids, and that's K-I-D, that's S-K, fuck, I believe it's by, S-K, oh, it says it right there. It's by Scene Kids, and that's K-I-Z-E, K-I-D-Z. Yeah. Alright, so this book is called My Stepbrother. It's called My ... Stepbrother Boy Box. So, hope you guys like the story. So, here we go. Chapter 1. Are we there yet? Corey, you've asked me that 12 times already. Well, I'll stop asking you when we're done there. When we get there. Duh. My mom groaned in annoyance. Clarence, we're not there yet, she grumbled. And if you ask one more time, I'm kicking you out of the car and you can hitchhike. I pouted and shrank down in my seat, crossing my arms childishly as I glared out the window at the world speed by. Where's your iPod? Why don't you listen to that? Mom asked, glancing at me. I dug around in the back seat till I produced my iPod. I stuck my headphones in and turned it up as Let's Get It played their song Maps. I leaned back against the seat and turned to look out the window again, wondering how close we were, but not daring to ask. I didn't feel like hitchhiking. With my luck, I get some creepy fat pedal bear truck driver named Joe Bob who would take my poor virginity. Ew. No, thank you. You see, my mom had married her boyfriend for 5 years, and I was moving to live with him today. He's a nice guy named Brandon, and I could tell he really loved Mom. That got him a gold star in my book. Brandon had a son, but I never met him before. Isn't that wonderful? My mom has been dating this guy for 5 years, and I've never met this kid before. Hell, I didn't even know how old this kid was. I had been to the wedding, but Brandon's son hadn't been there. He had been homesick with the flu, too exhausted to come out, not wanting to spread disease around. He had missed the wedding. Mom always talked about us meeting over the summer, but I always went to summer camp with a group of my friends, so that never happened. She would talk about us meeting over school's break, but then I went away with friends during those too. I felt really bad about having never met Brandon's son, but I was going to change that. But that was going to change today. I was finally going to meet this kid. Now and that kid. Now that we're stepbrothers. I began to wonder, what is Brandon's son like? My mom had met him a few times, but she didn't say much about him. Then again, I always asked about Brandon, and she loved to talk about him. I probably should have asked about his son. I really hope that Brandon's son was cool as Brandon himself. Brandon was really, really funny and nice. He and my mom got along great, and they were perfect for each other. I would say they were like yin and yang. That would make me think dirty thoughts. And when those thoughts concerned my mom and her new husband, yuck, just yuck. No way, no thank you. Feeling tired, I stretched a little and banged my knee against the dashboard and glaring at it. I pouted and threatened my finger at it. Don't mess with me. I have a license to kill, I threatened. Corey, when you start threatening the dashboard, I think it means you need a nap, Mom said with a sigh, shaking her head at me. Yeah, Corey he blames inanimate objects for himself getting hurt when he knows he does it. Eyes on the road, woman, I cried, and she sighed again and turned her attention back to the road as she drove. I made myself as comfortable as possible in the car seat, careful of my knee this time. I closed my eyes. The exhaustion from the past week of packing finally hit me like a train. I fell into an uncomfortable sleep quickly. Corey, wake up! Someone was shaking me and calling my name. I groaned and rolled over, smacking not only my knee, but my face as well. Ah! I cried, jumping up and smacking my head too. 3 different body parts in pain and only 2 hands was not fair. I groaned and decided to use my hands to rub my throbbing knee and aching face. I grabbed the car door to the dashboard to the ceiling of the car. I hate all of you. You for ruining my walking, you for ruining my beautiful face, and you for killing my brain cells, I said angrily, pointing at each part of the car that had injured me as I spoke. Corey, make sure you get a good night's sleep tomorrow. I'm beginning to wonder how good you would look in a straitjacket. Anyways, we're here, my mom said, gathering her purse and pulling her keys out of the ignition. Hey, hey, I would look fabulous modeling in a straitjacket. Woohoo, we're here! A cheer trying to fist pump, ending up with injuring my knuckles instead. Ow! Damn it, Mom. I hate this car. I cried in frustration as gently sucked on my knuckles to ease the pain a little. Mom rolled her eyes and motioned me to get out to follow her out of the car. I got out and shut the door, never wanting to get back in that stupid car again. That thing hated me, and it was turning into violent. It was turning to violent because of it is. That was so not nice. Janet! Corey! I smiled as I turned Brandon coming out the front door with a huge smile on his face. He went to my mom and hugged her tightly and kissing her. He came over to me and ruffled my hair. How's the car ride? He asked cheerfully. Mom glared at me as I pouted and glared at the car. The car beat me up, I grumbled. Brandon stared at me like I'd just given birth to a peacock out my nose or something. Right, Corey, he mumbled and shook his head. He went over to the car and opened the trunk and grabbed my bags as he could hold, grabbed as many bags as he could hold before smiling at me and my mom again. I'm really glad you guys are here, he said sincerely. Now let's get your stuff inside and I can introduce Corey to my son. Eager at that thought, I knew meeting my new stepbrother, I helped my mom gather the stuff out of the trunk of that evil car. Man, I couldn't wait till this stupid thing ended up in a junkyard somewhere. Infested with rats, bugs, that would teach it to beat me up. Corey, stop thinking about that bad thing. That could happen to the car and bring that stuff outside, Mom said somewhat impatiently. How do you always know what I'm thinking? Are you telekinetic? I asked in panic. Oh man, she would know all my thoughts about yin and yang in my fantasies of Cameron and Leah with no clothes on. Yum. Alright. I don't know if you guys are enjoying this. I mean, it's funny. Corey acts a little crazy, but yeah. But, how far am I? How far am I? Not even. Okay. Don't ask questions now. Hurry up. I'm tired too, she said. I could easily see the truth of that statement. She had dark marks under her eyes, which I literally have all the time, and looked like a wreck. She had been driving us here for the past couple of hours, so of course she was tired from all that packing. I hurried over to her, my arms full of our stuff. I entered the house and looked around in awe. The house was huge. Holy snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. Corey, come on, Brandon called. I nodded and followed him into the entryway into the kitchen. Brandon led us through the kitchen and the dining room and a set of stairs. He looked up at the chandelier hanging from the ceiling before following Brandon and my mom neatly polished stairs. Okay, Corey, your bedroom is going to be the last door on the right down there. Alright, I'm going to stop the video here. Come back for part 2 of My Stepbrother.